नमस्ते स्टूडेंट, खुश रहो बिटिया। आई जेवियन डॉक्टर नीलम चक्रवर्ती फ्रॉम ज्योति विद्यापीठ वुमेन्स यूनिवर्सिटी जयपुर, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर in management department in Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University Jaipur. In today session we are going about discuss the socio-economic factors and project management. In this third topics of project management subjects, our topic social economic factors. So let's start the topic. Introduction. Socio-economic factors. The manual mainly on the technical aspects of rain waters and harvesting and system, but it has been stressed and throughout that it takes more than engineering and agronomy to make a project successful. Socio-economic factors are particularly important, and obviously if the small scale and families the customer and briefly then she must understand and be happy with a system which is appropriate and which he is able to manage and maintain. This section and looks at socio-economic factors and the implications they may have on project management. Now, let's discuss factors of socio-economic. First one is people's proprietaries. If the objectives are rainwater and harvesting projects is to assist and resource poor and firms to improve their production systems, it is important that the farmers and the proprietaries are being fulfilled at least in part. Otherwise, successful is unlikely if the local priority is drinking water supply. For example, the response to water harvesting systems for crop productions will be poor. And second was is participation. Now it is being more widely and expected that unless people are actively and involved in the development and projects which are aimed to help them, the projects are dominate to failure. It is the important that the beneficiaries and participate in every stage of the project. When the project is being planned, the people and should be consulted and their priorities and needs assigned during the constructions and phase. The people again should be involved and supplying labor but also helping with field and layouts after being and training with simple and serving instruments. Now, throughout the course of the sessions and is the helpful to involved and people in monitoring and such as rainfall and run off and recording tree and monetary and others and participation and role is the maintenance and with which should not be supported by the incentive. And after the first session, it is the farmers and themselves who will often have the best ideas of modification and that could be made to the systems. In this ways they are involved and evolutions and in the evolution of the water and harvesting system. Now, third is adoption of the systems. Widespread and adoptions of water and harvesting and techniques by the local populations. The only way that significance and areas of land can be treated at a reasonable cost on a sustainable basis. It is therefore an important that the system and prospers and purpose are the simple enough for the people and to implement and to maintain to enough and adoption apart from an incentives in the form of tools. For examples, there is a need for motivational and comparisons and demonstrations and training and extensions and works. Now next, 4 area differences. It is temporary thing and assume that a system hand which works in one area will also work is in another and superficially and similar zone. However, there may be technical and discrimination and such as the availability of stone and intensity of rainfall and socio-economic differences also. For example, a system which is best adopted hand and constructions may not be attractive and to people who namely deal with animals, and if a system and depends on a crop well accepted in one area. Now, gender and equity. If water and harvesting is invested to improve the lot of farmers in the proper areas, it is the important to consider the possible and efforts on gender and equity In other words, and will the introduction of water and harvesting be particularly an advantage to one group of people and excluding others? And water harvesting and will give an undue helps to one's and on to the relativity and riches, landlords and something situations. And these are points our project should bear in mind and during the decision stage. There is little point is providing assistance and which only benefits the reflectively and worthily groups. Now, land tenures. Land tenures and issue can have a variety of influences on water and harvesting projects. On one hand, it may be that lack of tenures and means that peoples are invested in water and harvesting structures on lands and which they do not formally own, where land ownership and rights of use are complex and it may be difficult to pleasure improve land and that someone else may use later. Now, the most difficult and situation is that common land, particularly and where no well-defined management and tradition exist, and villagers are understand and to treat areas which are commonly used, and a point taken up in the next section. Now, next, village land use management. The whole question of land management by villages and communities has recently been acknowledged to be extremely important, and degraded land in and around village can only be improved if land use management issues are faced by the communities themselves. On one of the techniques and which can assistance and rehabilitations of degraded land is water harvesting, but it is only one tool and among several others and cannot be effective in isolations and unless, for example, grazing controls and implemented, and there is a little point and spending money on water and harvesting structures and for reseeding. Thank you. This session is powered by Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. If you have any queries, we will discuss the problem solving. Thank you.